Well, as you might guess from this scenery and from this, look how close we are to the steeple at bloody Grimsby. Yeah, I'm at Bay 11. It's windy, so I'm using the van to shelter. So I'll get some views down there, but it's just going to be one of them days. It's getting close to another lockdown, aren't we? Let me just clean that lens. Yeah, so thought I'd come here. It's a 7.5 metre tide tonight. It's very windy, northerly wind, I think, northeasterly. And yeah, I'm here at the River Humber. I know what you're going to say, but it's flounders and eels here. And I've never fished down this end of the river before. This is what I believe they call the shallows. So it's at Bay 11. I've just had a subscriber come past and say hello, and he watches me on YouTube. Well, I think he's a subscriber. His name's Frank. So nice to meet you, Frank. It was nice chat, and thanks for the info. But if you ain't subscribed, Frank, click that subscribe button and ring the bell, mate. But yeah, it's great to meet people. People sort of like recognise me and come up and have a chat, and I'm always keen for a chat. So yeah, all good, and thanks for meeting you. So yeah, I'm at Bay 11. I'll just show you. Careful for the wind. Yeah, so I'm at Bay 11. Hopefully, if I just shelter the microphone a bit, I'm at Bay 11, and because I had a chat and had to get my rod ready, and I've baited it up now. The tide's come in. This was all mud, so I need to get cast out. So stick you down there. Another great cast. Yeah, I forgot my tripod, so I've got me wonky tripod. Well, it's not a wonky tripod, it's one of these bloody, I need to get a couple more tripods. Anyhow, back at the river, right chuffed about it. I've been looking forward to it. I'm in my van, got my radio, got my cook set, a couple of tins of food. It's like an expensive hotel. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, it's blowing a gale. Didn't check the weather, because since BBC has changed their tidal predictions and weather, inshore weather, I can't find anywhere that tells me what the weather is, apart from the Met Office. And I didn't look at that too closely. What I can't find out is the sea state, but that's alright, I ain't too bothered about that. But it's blowing right in my face, so you're going to have to bear with me, I'm afraid. But I'm so excited about being here. Never fished this end before. There used to be a yellow barrier across, and it used to be locked, but that must have been years ago now. And this is when I fished Bay 18, I actually found out that that barrier had gone. I thought you had to drive all the way around to Grimsby and get onto this roadside from there, but obviously not. So yeah, got my river rods, Shakespeare agilities, and I've got my Akuma 8K surfs. Give them an outing. So on the cards today, probably a flounder. Frank, who just come past, said that I should definitely catch a flounder even in these conditions, but he's coming back tomorrow. He's fishing tomorrow because apparently I guess the wind's less. but I might go to East Halton. I think there might be another lockdown. I don't know what you lot think, but they keep talking about more restrictions, don't they? And I can just see at some point them saying, right, that's it, another 2 or 3 week lockdown. So I don't really want to not be able to go fishing, so I'm getting it in now while I can. That wind is blowing. Right. The wind's blowing that much, it's actually bending the rod. So, yeah, let's get you down there. Yes, I've never fished down there before. I'm hoping I catch something. If you're watching this and you watched last week's video, you'll know that I blanked. And sorry for being such a big girl's blouse at the beginning of the video, but because I hadn't fished there before on such a high tide, I was a little bit concerned about getting trapped. So once I got comfortable with the where I finally ended up, everything was alright. I enjoyed it, but I didn't think I would catch, to be honest. I think I should have caught, to be honest, because it looked very bassy, but apart from the one bass in Sutton, I haven't had a bass. Well, a 6-ounce weight's holding. A bit wedged in here, really. I don't know, I've picked me bloody time. I'll stick you down there. bloody wind. It's very windy. Yes. So yeah, I'm at Bay 11. So hopefully everything will go alright. Don't know if it will. But yeah. I've got to sort everything out a bit better because it ain't right yet. I need to probably move this tripod over a touch, but then the bottoms of my rods stick out, so I'll move a tripod. I will yeah, I shall move a tripod. I'll get my box down, get this camera set up better. I can put the camera over there as well on the floor, hopefully, and I don't know if that's a bite or not. Yeah, you don't just want to look at my face, you want to see some scenery, but it's that windy. I'm still going to show you it. I've got to put up with the wind, haven't I? So I'm sure you don't mind. Tom will do some of his trickery and sort it out. Yeah, anyhow, 2 Shakespeare agility rods, which are my river rods, and ooh, there you go, 2 fixed bill reels, and I've got 2 2-hook flappers out there, one baited up with squid, and the other one is baited up with mackerel. I'm going to get my worms out shortly and make sure they're defrosted so I can use them. Frank, who come past, said for me to use the worms and tip them with mackerel as well as squid, but tip them with mackerel is the main one, so that's what I'm going to do. It's only a small bay, you see, Bay 11, it's only tiny, you can't really get stuff in the right position. Swing my van round probably, and I don't know, whatever I'm going to do, I'll try and do it. I think today's the day to be across the other side at Hull, Poole or Kilnsey, because you'd have the wind blowing from behind. That's something that I need to think about. That if I'm going to go to a river on a particular day and the wind's going to be blowing in my face, then why don't I just go across the river and fish from the other side? Because then, one, it's a different mark, and 2, I'll have the wind behind me, be able to cast further and see what it's like over there, won't I? I shall do that. I shall start doing that. In matter of fact, this, well, it's still blowing a gale. Rods are bouncing about. I've got a cough because I think I've got a cold coming. And yeah, but apart from that, life's good. Apart from a bunch of nasty people at the allotment, but never mind, they just always will be nasty, because most people, especially the secretaries, they no, not going to go there. Lovely people. Anyhow, what I'm going to do, because it's still windy, is I'm going to pull this rod in, see what the bait's like, rebait up, hopefully a bit of worm, and then what I'm going to do is I might switch the van round, because the wind, instead of coming this way, yeah, like that, is now coming that way, like that, according to this grass and my face. So I might turn the van round and then hopefully it'll be better and concentrate on fishing. So yeah, I'm going to put you in here. What's happened there? This bloody tripod, Tom. Right, we'll start again. I've left my normal tripod at home. It ain't half hard work with this wind. Forgot my wool hat as well. Not very good. Got to get a bucket of water yet. Could have done with a wool hat. That's how bad it is. It's blowing in my ears, and they're big enough to catch a bloody gale. So it's not good. I'll do myself up like Little Red Riding Hood. Well, I can't believe how happy I am just to be here fishing beside my van. Don't understand why. I don't really think I'm going to catch a lot today. I would like to think that I would. We're not here not to catch, and them rods are bouncing around that much. I don't even know what's a bite and what in. Now the camera's moving. I think the wind's changed. Still blowing that way, isn't it? I need to swing my van round again, I think. And I'll be able to put the camera on this box, wouldn't I? Yeah. You've got to, it's all a dilemma. You've got to get in the right place to fish. You then got to set up so you can film it as best you can. You know, it's all the worry. I don't know. So I've just pulled that in on the one up, one down flatboat rig, and I've now got black lug tipped off with mackerel and squid. Bait had gone previously. It could have just fell off. High tide is shortly, I think, and water's crashing over the wall sea defence, so I might get a bit wet. It's blowing right in your face. I'm casting out about 30 yards, which is enough. It's all mud flats out there with worms and all sorts in, I think. So hopefully there'll be a bite. You're going to get a bit of scenery, aren't you, over there rather than water, but I will take you out there into the water. I'll do it in a minute, and I shall stick you down there as well, under the wall. Right, let's just check and see if that's still filming. Yeah. I'm not going to shout into this. Water's a bit choppy, there's a bit of weed in the water. We've got a bit of a swell on. Yeah, I see some water coming over and probably wetting me. But yeah, it's yeah, that might not affect it. Yeah, what do you say? Wish me luck anyway, because I need it. As you know, I blanked the last one, and I did blank the one previous, so I put 4 dabs in that one. But yeah, that's coming up quite high. Look at that. Yeah, they're the ones that are going to wet me, aren't they? What time's high tide is at 8:30. Yeah, I've already told you that. I think we're on spring tides, and the time is 7:08. So we've got another hour and a half for that water to come up yet. And I'm going to have to put my coat on because it is cold. So I might swing this van round a bit to try and block some of that wind off. So yeah. And yeah, it's all exciting stuff, isn't it, eh? We're here fishing. See, I could be at home watching Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, but I'm not, am I? No, I'm fishing. And that's what it's all about. Get yourself out there and do some fishing. It's good for the mental health. And this afternoon, my mental health went too good, I'll tell you. Not after reading a letter from the Allotment Association, but never mind. Thought I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing. So I'm not getting into that. No, I'm not going to get into that. Lovely people. So yeah, get yourself out and go fishing. Yeah, it's windy. Yeah, it's bitterly cold because the wind's blowing right through. So I need to put something on that's going to stop that. And if I go like that, you'll get to see some of the scenery, won't you? So yeah, see them rod tips? Give me a shout if they start bouncing. So yeah, so get yourself out and go fishing. It don't matter where you go. Yeah, I'm possibly not going to catch it. Possibly the weather is a little bit against me, but you know, you can. If the fish are there in this weather, you'll catch them. If you can tell you've got them on there, and I'm watching the rods for the bites, but nah. Yeah, I'm going to swing this van round a bit and try and sort things out. There's just not a lot of room. I might put my rods over there actually. I'm talking to you, talking over there, but yeah, I might put my rods over there so that they're a bit further out and I can put them down lower. I might do that. And I might have a cook up, I'm hungry. Now, I don't know how long you get to fish here because it's the shallows. There was people up there at Bay 18 and that, they were already fishing. And yeah, they were already fishing. And when I come down here I wasn't able to fish, but I didn't have to wait because by the time I'd set up I could cast out and start. So, but what I'm saying is the water tide will go out here first before it goes out up there. It's just a short session. I've also heard that there's bass being caught at East Holton, so I might give East Holton a look. I'm going to go out tomorrow, Sunday afternoon, and check a mark out at low tide and see what that's like. That's going to be quite exciting if I fish there. I'm sure other people fish there, but every time I drive past at low water I never see anyone there, so I'm hoping it might be a first on film anyhow. Yeah, I work at a school, as you know, or some of you might. I only do 2 hours in the morning and then I leave and do me proper job. And all the children are back now, and it's hand sanitizer and hand washing, and teachers and TAs, they go and make sure the kids, whenever they go to the toilet, they make sure the kids wash their hands. It's they're a lot more stricter with cleanliness, and it's very good, and I've put sanitizers up everywhere. But there's still children off with a cold because it's cold season. As soon as you come back off some holidays, within 2 weeks you either got a cold or you got the squits, and I'm now coughing occasionally, so I'm drinking loads of orange juice because I have avoided colds before, just been drinking orange juice. I don't know whether it's the acid in the citric acid in the orange squash, not squash, orange juice, that burns it away on what, I don't know, but I always drink orange juice, copious amounts, every hour really. Don't need a lot, just need to gargle it and swallow it. So hopefully this cold will go. It's not the other, because if it was, I'd be feeling lousy, wouldn't I? And anyhow, I haven't got a temperature. Every time I take my temperature, it's always below what it should be. So I'm nearly dead. How can I get a bite, see a bite on them, eh? Look at them. That's a mixture of the wind on the line and the wind on the rods, isn't it? You have to be a bit careful there because the bays aren't deep. They aren't deep at all. When you cast out, your rod's into the road, so you have to do a left and right check before you put your rod out there to cast, because now my luck, I'll stick my rod out there and someone will come past and ride into my fishing rod. Anyhow, I'll bring you back in a bit. It'll probably be dark when I bring you back, I'm afraid. So yeah, I guess that's enough of me rattling on, isn't it? Sorry for that. Let's bring this other rod in now. Lugworm. Look at that. Do you remember the last lot? They were like a twig, weren't they? I'm going to get wet, and this is what it looks like at the back. So yeah, you've got all of that, look, bit of greenery, a couple of factories. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute. windy. It ain't calmed down. Yeah, it ain't calmed down. It hasn't calmed down. I've had a coffee. I think there's someone either fishing down there or lurking about. I don't know. There ain't many people fishing down this end, so you're virtually on your own. It's I wouldn't say it's spooky, but it's just isolation. Let's just call it that. Nothing as of yet. No fish. I can't tell if I've had a bite. The rod's just bouncing about. If I get a bite, it'll be a distinctive knockdown, won't it? So, but no, I ain't had anything yet. Like I said to you, I'm fishing black lug and squid tipped and black lug and mackerel tipped. But we'll just have to see what happens, won't we? It's a shame the wind's there, really. If it was a bit calmer, it'd be easier, put it that way. Don't necessarily mean there'll be any fish there. Same as if it's rough like this, it don't mean there's going to be any fish there, but it's just hard work. The waves keep hitting and splashes come over the top of the fence. But we're up for it. We're up for a fish, aren't we? And I've been given another mark. I've been given another mark on the Humber to try, which isn't on this side, for some different fish, bigger fish. So I shall be giving that a go, but I'm going to pick the day and the weather for that. So yeah, I shall take you along there and we'll film that one as well. There's nothing to report yet. I hope you've got some footage because it is dark. There's a light down there. It's either a chap fishing on the wall. Yeah, he's fishing. He's got head torch on. There's two of them. And there's a little yellow bar down there, which obviously comes from the other side, and I think they drive up to it and then walk up and fish off the wall. And some chaps fishing there, so I shall be back in a bit when there's more to show, more wind to show, even colder, because even with this coat on now, I think I need to do some star jumps. It is blowing a gale. I'm going to have to find out what the wind speeds are. I might as well get a wind speed meter and stick it on the top of my van, hadn't I? That'd be good. But yeah, I shall be back in a bit, show you the numerous fish that I'm going to catch. Well, I kid you not, it is hard work today. Yeah, like I was saying, battery went and everything. Oh, I'm inside the van and I'm frozen. But it's great to be air fishing. I don't know if you can hear them waves. Sound like a bloody cannon going off. It's windy. They reckon it's 14 mile an hour winds. Well, I don't know where they've got that from, because it's bloody blowing a gale. If you put your feet together and stand on the spot, it blows you off your feet. If you don't step back, you'll fall on the floor. So I'm trying to shelter beside the van there. Anyhow, I was on talking to the wife, and I put a video up on Facebook, and Mally contacted me and said, you got a bite. Well, my rods are bouncing around like hell, so I set the camera up, the battery died, but I set the camera up and reeled both rods in and there was nothing on it. So I pulled them both, I baited them on back up, black lugging squid and mackerel tipped, and cast it out. And then as I was talking to the camera, after realising it had turned itself off, and well, because the battery had died, I saw out the corner of my eye, my rod went boom, 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 down like this. So I got quite excited, changed the battery, thinking it might be a flounder, pulled it in, nothing on it, all the bait's gone, nothing on it. So I've now baited up with strips of mackerel, because the skin is nice and tough, and I assume it won't come off the bloody hook so easy. I don't know if it was a fish, but it was definitely, the rods definitely did something that they haven't done all night, and that is it went positively downwards like that. But it can be the wind blowing on the line, can't it, as well as onto the rod. So I'm now fishing just mackerel strips because the lug just isn't staying on the hook. I'm watching my rods, so we'll have to see what happens. It is a challenge tonight, a total challenge, and let me just check this is recording. Yeah, it's an absolute challenge, and that's what's good about fishing, isn't it? Sometimes it's beautiful sun, and just had the wind put on me again for a cyclist. 3-4 people come past me tonight and made me poo my pants. Anyhow, yeah, sometimes it's really nice weather, and you know what it's like, don't you? It's a glorious day, sun's too hot, but it's that windy. I mean, I don't really feel the cold too much, but Christ, I wish I'd brought another t-shirt or something, because this wind is cutting right through me, and I've got 2 tops on, one being a hoodie and this bloody coat. I could do with a wool hat, but yeah, so it's hard work filming. It's quite ironic really. I did Salton Bay for a second time. By now, if you've watched my videos, you'll see that the first time at Salton Bay I caught a ray. Second time I'm fighting the wind, and then I've had a few sessions where there's been an extreme weather condition, i.e. wind. It's been the wind up to now, and it's nearly blown me off my feet here. It's been really a struggle, and I think tonight would have been a good night to fish if it weren't for this wind. It's just the wind's making it hard work, and I'm pulling my baits in. Well, what baits are on it? Crab City out there. But I am reeling in, changing my baits regular. It's not that I'm it's not that I'm just leaving stuff out there to soak and there's nothing on the hooks. I am bringing my baits in and changing them regular, so I'm doing the best I can fishing wise, but I am fighting the wind a bit. I'll just come out here again. I mean, them rods are moving. There's a bite, but it's the wind. It's unreal. Water in the face again. Water keeps crashing against the side, coming over as a spray, and I keep getting sprayed with water. But that's what I miss about sea fishing when I was in lockdown. The mist on your face, all that malarkey. But yeah, we'll keep soldiering on, and hopefully, you never know, we might just get whiting. We could get that loon little codlin that's out there. You never know, do you? But it's nice being there, even though I'm cold and the wind's cutting through. I think it's time to put a wool hat in my clothing bag so that I've got a wool hat with me. I can't believe I ain't got one in the bag. I took it out because it was summer. Anyhow, I shall be back in a bit. Back in a bit to give you an update on Verns sea fishing, Bay 11 on the River Humber in adverse weather conditions, and that's the wind. Absolutely blowing out. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me, but I hope you can. Just reeled that in, that bait. Baited up with mackerel. I've got size 2 hooks on there. I'm only after flounder. I expect to catch some. Tide's going down now. It's half an hour over high. So the tide's going down. It's not calmed down any. This wind is unreal. This isn't a 15-mile-an-hour wind. Just phoned the wife and she says they're classing it as moderate but 15 mile an hour. Well, it's not. I'm bloody frozen and it's blowing me off my feet. So I'm still hard at it. we're gonna get a fish. I don't know how, but anyhow, let's get this casted out. Well, like I say, I don't know if you just heard that. I ain't going to go through it all again, but what I've just done is I've just reeled in, and both rods are now fishing 2 hook flappers, which they've been fishing all night, 2 hook flappers, but they're fishing bait wise. God, Jesus Christ. So yeah, I've got some more mackerels fillets cut ready for the next bait up, and I'll get my knife out and cut some more up. Matter of fact, I'll cut them all up now when I've finished filming. I am frozen, absolutely frozen. 15 mile an hour they reckon this wind is. Must be on steroids at 15 mile an hour. But there, I picked the night, didn't I? So I planned on coming fishing last Thursday when I was at Hillston, which was the previous video, and I thought I'll come Saturday. I even thought I'd pop to East Halton because someone's told me that they're pulling bass out at East Halton, so I could do with some of that, but I don't know if I'm going to be going because low tide is at 4:30, so high tide will be about 9:30, and be a bit of a rush because I'm going to be near the Humber Bridge. I'm going to be at 4:30 checking it out. So yeah, anyhow, I'm doing the best I can. We're going to try and get a fish in. Yeah, we're going to try and get a fish. It's going to warm up soon as well. I can feel it in my water. Might have to take this coat off soon. I'm getting a bit roasty. Yeah, anyhow, I'll be back in a bit when I've got more, which will be the biggest flounder you've ever seen. And then I've got to jump over the side and put it back because I'm not going to take them. Right, I'm going to reel one of these rods in. To get it out of the water because the tide's gone right down, and I've cast it out to the left, and obviously the water goes down there first, and I've got that wooden board down there, so I'm gonna put this camera down so that you can see, and Oh. Well, that's both rods away. Also, put the tripod away. So I've packed all up. Its wind has been relentless. There was bait on 3 of my hooks. One of the hooks didn't have anything on. You can't tell if you've got a bite. Lesson learnt here, but I just wanted to come fishing, and fishing is what I came and did, so I'm happy. As usual, a lot of my fishing trips are a challenge, but like I say, I'll check the wind. I just didn't check the wind. I just said to the wife when we got home from work, because I was doing the house today, and I checked that it weren't going to rain. I didn't look on the Met Office further down at the wind, but then if I'd seen 15 mile an hour winds, I'd have thought, well, that's nothing. But this isn't 15 mile an hour winds, so oh jeez, frozen. So I don't know whether to have something to eat before I go home, or just get home. I'm going to go down to bay 28. I've got to have a look at my bay, haven't I? Shallows is nice fishing here. It'd be better if it didn't have this wind, and you could actually concentrate more. But you haven't got quite so long to fish. There's lots of gullies here along this stretch of the river, and it's obviously gullies are good for fish, aren't they? So I just figured that'd be a good shot. Never fished down there. I've now fished bay 11. I've fished 18. I've fished 19, 21, 20, 24, 25, and 28. I've fished loads of bays, yellow cross. So yeah, it's another mark. Been fished. Yes, I've blanked. I've enjoyed being out. Even in this wind, I've enjoyed being out. There's not a lot more else to say, really. It'd have been good to catch, even if it was a whiting, which I don't mind catching whiting. Don't mind catching any fish. But there you go. That's it. I should have said at the beginning, please subscribe and ring the bell and comment. I'd like to thank all those that have got this far. And for all the comments you've done in the last 2 videos at Tunstall and Hillston, your comments have raised my subscribers a lot higher. I've still got this weekend to go. I tend to get a few subscribers over the weekend. Thank you very much. I think I've gone up again. I can't remember what I'm on now. 770, I think I'm on. 1,770. And whatever. Yeah, I have to go on the thing to see the actual figure, and yeah, it's great. Thank you very much to all of you that have subscribed, and it's all the comments since Tunstall, where I caught 5 fish in the ray. I've got over 100 comments, I believe, on that. I'm at 90 something when I last checked on Hillston, where I caught 2 smooth hounds and a silver. I mean, that fishing trip for me was absolutely fantastic. Never caught a smooth hound in my life. Always tried, especially 15, 17 years ago when I was fishing, trying to pendulum cast. Well, I was pendulum casting. I've lost the way a bit. And trying to whack it out, because I was always told you've got to knock it out miles. Fiberglass rod, 30, 40 yards out, 2 smooth hounds. Unbelievable. It was a fantastic day's fishing. In the next video, which is salt and bar, catch a ray. That's my biggest ray to date. That was 46 centimetres, that ray. I did measure it. I measured it how a carpet fitter measures carpet, flicking your knife over, and I used a set of pliers and then I measured it with that. So it was around 46 centimetres, which across the wingtips. So it's been good fishing just lately, and like some people have commented to me in Hillston and Tunstall, you have to have blanks to appreciate the times when you catch. So it's all part of fishing, and you just have to get used to it, don't you? I don't mind blanking. I'm more concerned that I aren't catching fish for the video, but I just can't worry about that, to be honest. It is what it is, and if you catch, you catch. If you don't, you don't. I appreciate all of you that were still subscribing and watching my videos when I was blanking constantly. I think I've thanked you before, but I always repeat myself, and I always waffle on and rattle on, and that's me, I'm afraid. But I film these videos also. I tried to say in the comments, but you can be writing an essay. I do film these videos as I am, you know. I don't do anything false, because, you know, that's hard work, isn't it, being false? And who wants to be false? So, you know, as you see me in these videos, that's what I am, and I find that the easiest way to film. I do get excited if I see the fish coming in the water, and it comes out of the water and I'm seeing it. I do get a little bit excited, but that's good, I think. That's what makes it enjoyable, isn't it? Because it makes it enjoyable for me, because when I see that fish I'm all excited. But yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. I do waffle on when I'm trying to just say, but yeah, these videos are filmed as I am. If the camera isn't on, I do tend to use a bit of I do have a bit of a potty mouth sometimes, but in front of the camera, yeah, it does come out occasionally. In the last video at Hillston, it came out, but I apologised. And that digger driver, it came out quite a lot. But yeah. Anyhow, that's it. So that's the end of fishing Bay 11 at the shallows of the River Humber. The next one will be, well, I don't know what it'll be, but the next one will be another exciting video of Verns fishing. I don't know where. I might be across the river, I might be on the Lincolnshire coast. But yeah, and one other brief thing, it took me, I looked at the time for travelling to Hillston from where I live, and it's 1 hour 19 minutes. On Thursday it took me 2 hours and 20 minutes to get home because of the speed limits. Not only is it 30 and 40 mile an hour with just two 60 mile an hour zones that are about 2 or 3 mile long. You drive along on the Yorkshire roads there to Hillston, and you can have fields either side of you, and you're doing 30 mile an hour. I've never known anything like it. And then when you hit Hull, it's 40 mile an hour all the way through Hull till you get to the other side, past the McDonald's on your left, where near Hessel, and then it's 60 mile an hour on dual carriageway. Well, they've even reduced that down to 40 mile an hour. It's just, it isn't until you get off the Humber Bridge that you can actually then start doing 60 mile an hour. It's an absolute joke. But it's a fantastic coast, and that's what you got to do. But 2 hours 20 minutes it took me to get on. So anyhow, I just wanted to say that. It's just a little rant. See, I'm getting blown off my feet here now. Anyhow, I'm off. Thanks for watching. Please share these videos, and you're making it fantastic and exciting for me. Every time I click on YouTube and my subscribers have gone up, it's brilliant. So thanks a lot to everybody, and let's hope I catch you in the next video. I'll see you next week. See you later. Well, I'm at now Bay 28. The time is, hang on, ooh, I dropped my phone then. Time is 22:46. It's been like quarter an hour. The wind has literally disappeared. So it's now probably 13 mile an hour wind now, possibly. It keeps gusting occasionally, but this wind has totally changed. So in the time it's took me to get from Bay 11 after pack my gear up and finished talking to you on the camera, and drove up here, stopped at a couple of bays to check them out and see what the water was like, the wind's gone. Can you believe it? So I've been fishing, struggling with the wind, and then sod's law, isn't it? You pack up, you come down somewhere else on the same stretch of river, and the wind's gone. I mean, even here, you won't be able to see it really, and you'll probably hear the wind. Even look, the water. It's really calm. There was white horses on them before, but there. That's the English weather, isn't it? 1 minute it's crap, and then 2 seconds later it's good. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Just thought I'd show you down here, and I'm going home. See you later. They're the ones that are going to wet me, aren't they?